Hi everyone. So for lesson number 4, we're going to learn about information blocks. So all of the information that's on your drawing that aren't the actual views or the dimensions. We're going to take a look at some of the other things you're going to find on your drawings that are going to help you understand them. In order to convey information to the reader, drafters include a lot of critical information in various blocks, locations, such as title blocks, revision blocks, parts lists, zoning, notes, and legends. Title blocks are usually located on the lower right-hand corner of your drawing. They contain all the necessary information to identify the drawing and verify its validity, so to make sure that you have the proper drawing. And title blocks are divided into several different areas. So this is a standard title block. Each company creates their own title blocks, so they all might look a little bit different, but they should all contain some basic information. When you get a drawing, the first thing you want to look for is your drawing title. Another important piece of information that's included is a drawing number. And again, drawing numbers are specific to companies, the way that they set up their numbering systems. Sometimes you might see a job number, so what has to happen out in the shop for the part. The other thing that you'll always see will be the name, address, and logo of the company that created the drawing, their contact information, and you'll get a statement of confidentiality, basically saying that this company owns this drawing, that you're not to share the information, and that they're responsible for what's in that drawing. You might see the symbol for third angle projection. So in lesson number 1, when we talked about orthographic projection, we were looking at third angle projection. Third angle projection is the standard used in Canada and the United States, so they don't have to include this symbol. If they used something called first angle projection, they would have to include the symbol for it. And the only difference is that these two symbols, these two graphics, are switched. So if you get a drawing without one of these projection boxes, it's going to be third angle. If it's a single part being made in the drawing, they might include the material in the title block. They'll tell you the scale of the drawing, which we'll get into in lesson number 6. We'll look at scale. If there's no scale in the title block, it's probably located beneath the main views of your drawing. They'll include who the drawing was drawn by, checked by, and approved by, the initials for them, and the dates that those things happened. They might include some other information, such as the finish of the part, the weight of the part, how many are required. If this information isn't here, though, you're probably going to find it in a bill of material, which we will talk about later as well. So after a drawing gets issued out, so once the drafters are done of it and it's being released, if there are any changes found that need to be made to that drawing, the drawing has to be reissued with a revision box on it, a revision block, I'm sorry. So in that revision block, they'll include the revision, either a letter or a number, the description of it, and the date that it happened, and who approved it. So this is an example of your revision block. So it says revision number 1 was issued on this date by this person for this reason and approved by this person. So somewhere on your drawing, your new revision of your drawing, you're going to see a little triangle beside a view somewhere with a number 1 in it. And this is saying, okay, this is where the change was made. If they're really nice, they'll include something that looks kind of like a, sorry, this isn't a very good pen for drawing with, but they'll include something that looks like a little cloud called a revision bubble, and they'll use that to circle where the change was, and they still have to add that letter or number beside the change. Another thing that drafters use to help you find information that you need is called zoning. So what zoning is, it's used on maps as well. So on one edge of your drawing, you'll have letters going in one direction. The other edge, you'll have numbers going in the opposite direction. So in the revision block, let's say there was a change right here. They might say that revision C is found on sheet 3, zone, let's say this is AB, zone B1, 2, zone B2. So change 3 was made on this sheet in zone 2B. And it's just a way to help you navigate your drawings. So here, this is just a closer example. Zoning is used around the edge of the border to assist in locating items in the drawing. 2 sides have letters and 2 sides have numbers. Another thing you're going to find on your drawings, and it's very, very important that if you come across notes on your drawing, it's very important that you read and understand them. There's 2 types of notes. So you'll have a section somewhere on your drawing, possibly a paragraph of general notes that apply kind of to the whole project. You'll also find on some views specific notes, and a specific note applies only to the location where it's called out. So they'll give you a note. They'll include a leader. So remember from lesson number 2 when we talked about line types, we had leader lines. So we have our specific note and our leader that's pointing out where they're talking about this. And another thing that you might find on a drawing to help you navigate it and understand what's happening in it is a legend. A legend is used to explain or define a symbol or a special mark placed on a blueprint. In lesson number 8, we're going to look at all different symbols for your trade. For now, just remember that you can find the information for those symbols in a legend. Sometimes you might hear it referred to as a key, but for this course and for the tests that come up, you're going to refer to them as they do in industry as a legend. So that's all the information, or most of the information, that you're going to come across on your drawings. So with this video, with our help from this video, we're going to go ahead and carry on with the steps in lesson number 4 and use the stuff in some of our drawing exercises.